Welcome to Baskets Designed by Crystal. Same great quality, fresh new name.
Hey y'all, hey, it's your girl Crystal with Baskets Designed by me, Crystal. Hey guys, I got a rush order, well, two actually, for a kind of doctor's office snack basket. One of my clients' husband had to go in for surgery, and she had such a pleasant experience with the doctor's office. She kind of wanted to do something really nice for him. So since I think it's 8 people in the office, she wanted to do like a really large snack basket, and she gave me a really, really good budget to work with. And if you guys know, like I know, we shop bargains. Okay, so basically I was able to find some really, really nice items, most of which came from like the Dollar Tree and Walmart. So that's what you see, the array of, oh, and Sam's. So this is what you see, the array of things here on my works table. Okay, so I had this really nice basket, which I've taken the liberty of stuffing with some paper, and I think this is the big basket that I'm going to use. I have a variety of stuff here. She wanted some healthy snacks with some like goodie snacks, so I have some Nutri-Grain bars. We have some Cheez-Its. I got a bunch of those in here. We even put some practical items in there like pens, because you always need those in doctor's offices. I have this really nice big tall bag of Starbucks coffee that I'm going to put in there, so it's big enough for the whole entire office. Of course, there's mints. I have more Nutri-Grain bars. We have some coffee pods here. She did tell me they had a Keurig in their office. We have some sparkling waters we're going to put in there. We have some Honey Made graham crackers. Those are good for a great little pick-me-up. We have some peanut butter crackers. I think that's 16 in a pack. No office would be complete without some microwave popcorn. Gosh, we have some s'mores granola bites. I have 2 different kinds. I have strawberry and I guess this is blueberry or something. Anyway, they are several packs in this bag, but I think I'm just going to leave them in the bag because I like the colors of it. Okay, I have a couple of self-care fitness planners I'm going to stick in there. Some of this stuff I had like this already at the house, so I just really had to buy some snacks. Now the 2 baskets I'm going to make, it's 2 snack baskets, so I was able to buy in bulk, and I'm going to split the items. So the budget she gave me really, really was good, and the profit is going to be pretty good as well. We have some chapsticks for the offices, just an array of things here. So, like I said, I've taken the liberty. Oh, I also have some Pocket Brack hand sanitizers, Bath and Body Works. I had a bunch of those, so I'm going to put some of those in there too, for the office staff. Okay, so like I said, I've taken the liberty to go ahead and stuff this basket. I needed kind of a riser, so I just had a box, and I'm just going to use that green color, because most doctor's offices are greens and kind of like blues or whatever. It's really not going to be seen, but I just didn't want to put a regular box in there, so I just went ahead and I had some scrap green paper, so I'm going to put that in there as well. Okay, all right guys, stay tuned with me. I'm going to plug in my hot glue gun, and I am going to go ahead and start assembling this, and I'll bring you along with me. Okay, all right, so stay tuned. I'll be right back. Okay guys, I'm back. I got some green tissue paper because I want to try to cover up, of course, that brown paper. Let's see. I got 2 little sheets here, but I think I'm gonna grab another one because I really want to give it some fuller coverage. So let me reach in my little stockpile paper drawer I have there. Okay, so I got this one. How are you guys making out on your Father's Day orders? I just got back off of vacation. As most of you have seen, my family and I went to New York for kind of like a week and a couple of days. We had a fantastic time. Fantastic. Kind of glad we got out of the city when we did, because I hear there's a whole uproar going on now with the Knicks games. So I know the city's going to be really, really overcrowded. Nevertheless, okay, so I've got that all set up in here. I'm going to take my little trusty box here that I wrapped. I'm going to stick that right here, right in the middle. I'm not going to glue it down or anything, because my Starbucks coffee, I'm going to use the handle basically to hold that box in place, okay? Because I kind of want this to be the focal point. Okay. Guys, I'm going to pause you for just a second. I just saw my grandson. His parents are dropping him off at the house, and I know he's going to ring the doorbell and it's going to start the dog to bark. And so I'm just going to pause you for a minute so I don't have to put you guys through all that mayhem, but I'll be back. Okay, guys, I'm sorry. That was a false alarm. That actually wasn't him. That was my pest control person. Okay, so I went ahead and I took some of these Nutri-Grain bars. Those are the cherry ones. I got 2 flavors. I got cherry and I got cinnamon and apple. And these were on sale for 75% off. And the expiration date is July 9th, 2026. So they still, I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure they had an overabundance of them. And I got those from Ollie's. So let's see, they were regular $2.49, 75% off. So I think they were like 57 or 60 cents, something like that. So I have a friend of mine that works in healthcare, and she said that these will be a great big hit for like breakfast in the morning, things like that. So I got 2 different flavors of these Nutri-Grain bars. So I'm going to use those as well. Let me put my coffee over there as not to waste it on anything. I have some cheese crackers and some sparkling waters. I only put 2 of those in here because really this basket is for the doctor, but I'm sure he's going to or she, not really sure which, they're going to want to share it with their staff. So I didn't do a whole lot of sparkling water because of that, with the weight and the heaviness and whatever, but I just kind of wanted to give it a little bit visual. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in there. What else? We have these Honey Made graham crackers. I'm just going to put the whole box of those in here. There's like 3 packages, 3 big packages in here. So I'm just going to set that whole box right in there, and then they can figure out what to do. I don't want to take them out of the box because I don't want them to get damaged in handling, you know, because they're fresh, so they'll crumble a lot. I have this self-care notebook. I only have one. I just need to get it out of my stockpile, so I'm sure somebody in the office will be able to use it. So I'm even going to stick that in here. I'm doing this too because I kind of need a little bit of stability in the back. So that's why I'm using the box and this notebook. Okay, things of that nature. Now, I'm just kind of playing with the placement here now, guys. I'm not really sure if that's what we're going to wind up with, but you get the gist of it, right? Okay. I know my sisters would. Okay, let's get some of these cheese crackers in here. I got Nutri-Grain bars, I got cheese crackers. So we want to give the illusion of a very full basket. Actually, this really isn't going to be an illusion. This basket is really going to be chock full of snacks, like she requested. Okay, so we're gonna, no rhyme or reason. We're just kind of putting stuff, making it get in where it fits in. Okay. We have these two really, I just love the colors of these. The s'mores, we're gonna put those in here. Again, we're gonna leave those in the bags. Again, that's gonna give, there's like 6 packs in each of those big packages. So we're gonna leave those in there. Then we have this microwave popcorn, Butter Lovers. Put that in here. I have a couple of bags of those. My friend that works in healthcare said these would be a big hit for the bags of popcorn. So, gonna put that microwave popcorn back in there. Okay, guys, I think it's coming along pretty good. We still have a bunch of stuff left. I got peanut butter crackers. I'm gonna take those out of the box. Okay, 16 packs. But as you can see, there's only 2 crackers, or 2 peanut butter sandwich cookies to a pack. So we're gonna take those and put those back in here. She also told me peanut butter, anything peanut butter would be good for the office staff. So I tried to take that into consideration. I called her, like I said, because she works in a doctor's office, she works in a hospital, so I called her just to get some inspiration. She also told me that ink pens, they're always running out of ink pens, or people take them, the patients take them, so those would be good. So I said, say no more. Got it. Okay? So, as you can see, we are filling up fast. But I still have more things that I need to put in here. So I have some more Nutri-Grain bars, but these are the apple cinnamon ones. The others are the berry. Okay, so we want to stick some of these apple cinnamon ones in here. Let's fill in some spaces in the back. What I love about these types of baskets, there's really kind of no rhyme or reason when you're doing snack baskets, per se. You just want it to look nice and full. Mix in some of these flavors here. Apple and cinnamon, along with some of the cherry ones. I think this office is going to be really happy with some of these. Okay. All right. So it is coming along, I think, pretty good, guys. All right. I have a few more things. I have some chapsticks and ink pens. Oh, we even have some dried fruit chews. These are the apple flavor. I think I'm going to put some paper under my graham cracker box just to kind of give it a lift. Let's see. I have a little stockpile of paper here. Okay. And then I have some green tissue paper. Again, lots of green tissue in my little drawer here. Balled up that paper, and I'm going to cover it with this green just to kind of give this box a little riser. That's going to give me some more space in the basket and raise that up a bit. Perfect. Perfect. And now that's going to allow me to put some more snacks back here. My peanut butter crackers. I have some chocolate chip cookies. All right, let's see what we got so far. Let's see. Some of these little crackers back here. I love that everything's kind of pliable. Which is allowing me to really get some good old-fashioned items stuck down in here. Okay, I think you guys see where I'm going with this. I'm going to go ahead and add my mints in here, and then I'm going to add some pens. I think I have blue pens and black pens because she said that was what was most needed. So there's 10 in each pack. So I'm going to take 5 of these and 5 of these, mix them up, and just stick them down in the basket as well. Okay, bear with me, and I'll be right back. Hey guys, I'm back. All right, so this is the finished product for Basket Goodies #1. As you can see, it is chock full of goodies ready for the office staff. It is pretty heavy. Okay, we've got popcorn, we've got all kinds of goodies in there. These are some stickers that I found at one of our local stores. It's, you can peel them off and stick them, you know, they can stick them on their computers or on their laptops or whatever in the office. And that's the little Operation guy, okay? Remember the game Operation? Okay, and this names all the part of the little body, his bread basket, butterflies in the stomach, spare ribs. And these are all the little, like the wishbone, Adam's apple. These are just the little little stickers that match up with this. So I just thought that was something fun since I had those. Didn't really have a purpose for it, more or less. So I just thought that would be something fun in the basket for the office staff. Okay, so that's basket #1. That has to be wrapped, and it's going to be picked up today. And this is office basket #2, which is a little bit smaller basket, but basically the same items. This basket just has double the amount of items as this one has. So, and we even put some pens in there for the office staff. There's some chewing gum, some, what is that, chapstick in here, some little coffee pods. I put the coffee pods in this one because this one had the big coffee for the entire staff, and we just did the little donut shop pods. We did a lot of those in this one for the individuals, okay? Again, same items, just strategically placed, and we're going to wrap these up and put big, beautiful bows on them, and I think this would be good for the office staff. We also put some little silly socks in there. I put 1 pair in each. This is the Oscar Mayer silly sock, and this one has the Skippy peanut butter silly socks, okay? I know when I go to the doctor's office, I have one doctor, my eye doctor, and every time I go in there, he has on silly socks, whether it's food socks, Mickey Mouse. I think the last time I was in there, oh, he had on Oreo socks the last time I was in there a couple of days ago. So anyway, like I said, I have a friend that works in a doctor's office. So I asked her, I said, well, with so many people working in the office, like 1 pair of socks, she was like, listen, whoever gets to the basket first, like it'll be delivered to the surgeon or the doctor, he'll take out what he wants and set the rest in the break room. So it's just a free-for-all, basically. So that's why there's so much of a different variety of stuff in these baskets. And as you can see for this one, I just took my little operation guy and I just taped him on the transfer sheet. I just taped him right here. So whoever gets him can just peel off the sheet and then take off the stickers and stick wherever they want. Okay. All right, guys, I am going to get some bags and go ahead and start trying to wrap these up and bow them up. So hang tight and I'm taking you along this journey with me. Okay. All right. This is Crystal. Hang tight. I'll be right back. Okay, guys, as you can see here, I've bagged these, both of them. Got my little heat gun here, and I am going to begin to shrink wrap these, and then I'm going to put a bow, tag them, and they're going to be ready for delivery. Okay, so stay tuned. I'll be right back. Okay, there you have it. Nice and tight. Okay, that is this one. Let me clip off my little zip tie. Throw that away. And as you can see, this one is also wrapped nice and tight. Okay, I am going to try to figure out what kind of ribbons I want on these, come back and make the bows, and these will be packed and ready to go. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, guys, I went in my ribbon pile, and I think I'm going to use this beautiful teal blue-green color for my big basket. Move that over a little bit. And for my smaller basket, I went ahead and made a big, beautiful red bow. So I'll show you that in just a second. Okay, let me, this is floral, let's see, this is floral satin ribbon, okay? I absolutely love working with this. And since these are commercial baskets, meaning they're going to a whole entire office and not just a single person, I'm going to go ahead and use floral satin instead of using my more expensive fabric ribbon, okay? Because chances are they're just going to take this and chunk it somewhere. I doubt if anybody's going to save bows in an office, okay? All right then, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to loop it one time. However big the loop is basically how big your bow is going to be. So I always kind of put it up there and measure it just to make sure I have a good size to match the circumference of my basket. What I do, not necessarily, you don't really have to do it, but I take a tiny piece of tape and I just take the inside of my loop, okay? Right there. And that's just to keep it from coming apart while I'm rolling it, okay? So then I'm just going to take these loops and just undo my ribbon a little bit, okay? And then I'm just going to loop it kind of like around itself. Now, there's no rhyme or reason to how many loops. Just kind of depends on how full you want your bow, okay? Sometimes if I do it and my bow is not full enough, I'll just make two bows and put them together to make it nice and full. So let me see if this is going to work out the way I want it to as far as fullness of the bow, okay? So I loop this around like 5 times, okay? And then I'm just going to cut off, okay? Just a piece there, right? And then I'm folding it flat together, okay? Once, and then I'm going to fold it again. So you'll have something that looks kind of sort of like this, okay? Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my scissors and at an angle, I'm gonna cut here and there, okay? And that is to ensure, there you go, that I could get a nice tight grip in the middle. This ribbon is rather wide, okay? So I am going to see if this is going to be a big enough bow for me. I'm not really sure. I might want it a little bit fuller. So when you cut it, you're going to have something that kind of looks like a bow tie. All right? So make sure when you cut it, you leave a little, you don't cut it too close together where it'll tear. So you want to leave a little space there in between. Okay, I have some teal, just satin ribbon remnant that I had. So I'm going to go ahead and use this and tie it right. Let me see, this is kind of long. So let me cut off a little bit more. Make that a little shorter. There you go. All right. So then what you're going to do is just kind of tie it right here in the middle. Forgive me for being off camera too much. I'm trying to work this out the best that I can. Okay, tie and just pull. Okay, and this is what you're going to have, something that looks like that. Okay, I'm going to put a knot in it because I don't want it to slip out. Okay, and pulling it really tight. Okay, so again, you're going to have something that kind of looks like that. All right, I'm going to take and cut, this is a tail. I'm just going to kind of cut it at an angle. I always like to finish the edges of my ribbon, okay? Because sometimes when you're pulling them apart, you're not really sure where they're going to pop up. But you know, if they can be seen or not. Okay, so then what I'm going to do is start pulling out my loops. Okay, and pulling and twisting. Okay, trying to straighten them out as I go. I like to do one side and then the other side. I don't think it's any rhyme or reason for doing it. I just like to do it that way. It helps me balance my bow a little bit. Okay, if you guys do this, you may have a different technique. But, you know, I always say no right or wrong way. It's just whatever way works for you. Okay, so I'm pulling out as I go and just kind of straightening. I think this bow is going to be full enough, actually. So I think it looks like I did the right amount of loops. And again, if you want a different color, you can stack the bow, put two different colors. You know, you can do kind of whatever you want. I am still pulling apart. The satin ribbon is pretty slippery. Okay, pull that out. Okay, and when I'm pulling out and I'm twisting, I'm kind of twisting it right at the base where it's all tied together to give me a good tight pull. Okay, so that's kind of what we have here. And of course, we're going to fluff that ribbon out, or fluff that bow out, so it'll look nice and full. Let's see. Yep, I think this is going to be full enough. I'm going to tie it in, fluff it out a little bit more. Let me see if it's the size that I want. Yep, I think that's going to work out fine. All right, so what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to take another piece of my ribbon off my spool, and I'm going to cut it off because I want to make a nice tail. Okay, and for my tail, I'm going to do the same thing. Crease it right there in the middle. Cut at an angle. Okay, just like so. Okay, just like we did for the ribbon. Then I'm going to twist it so that the shiny side is facing the right way. Okay, and then I'm just going to attach it. Okay, hold on, I know you can't see me, I'm sorry. I'm just going to attach it to my already tied bow. Okay, right there in the middle. Tie it again in a knot. Okay. And then, like I said, I'm going to fluff out this bow. And then make sure my tails are the way I want it. Have to straighten out my bow. Now, I straighten it out a little bit, but what I like to do is tie my bow on my basket so I can really get a good look at what I am working with. So let's go ahead and attach it here at the top. Those tails out. And we're gonna, of course, trim it and make it really, really pretty. But let's go ahead and get it attached so we'll know exactly what we're working with. Okay? All right, and I'm just gonna leave those hang because I'm gonna put my card on there, and you know, in case anybody needs to know who made it or whatever. Okay, so first things first, I'm going to shorten my tails just a tad. I'm going to cut those at an angle. Okay, make sure they're nice and even. Okay, now we're going to fluff and straighten out our big, beautiful teal green bow. Again, I thought floral satin was the way to go. Again, because it's a commercial basket, meaning multiple people in an office setting. So for the most part, they're just probably going to open it and probably toss the ribbon. Okay, so let's just straighten this out. Probably going to have to stand up because I'm a shorty. Okay. I think I'm going to straighten this out a little more. Okay. You get the gist. Let me take it off of this, my Lazy Susan, which is what I use when I'm doing big gifts. Okay, because it turns around so that keeps me from having to work too hard. All right. I brought that down a little bit more to eye view. And I'm still pulling, fluffing, getting that ribbon to do exactly what I want it to do. It's just a little bit more challenging than when you're working. It's not hard, just a little bit more challenging though than when you're working with wire ribbon. Because you know the wire ribbon, you can bend it and it'll stay put. Sometimes our floral ribbons have a mind of their own, but that's okay. I am, oh, perfect. I'm not intimidated at all, okay? All right, so this is pretty much the finished product. Okay. I'm such a perfectionist when it comes to ribbons. I want everything to be nice and beautiful. Let's see. think we're going to straighten it out just a little bit more. Okay. But you guys pretty much get the gist of what's going on there. Okay. So that's my nice, big, beautiful bow there. And here's the red one. Okay. Nice, big floral satin bow there. Okay. So these beauties are bagged and ready to go. So like I said, I had a pretty good budget to work from. These were all the snacks that they asked for, the different varieties that they asked for, and just some little extra stuff that I put in there. But overall, I think these baskets came out very, very nice, and I think the doctor's offices definitely will be pleased. Okay. All right, guys. Thanks for sticking and staying with me. This is Crystal, Crystal Designs, or Basket Designs by Crystal. I'm sorry. With these two beauties. Let me just turn. There we go. There we go. Okay. Thanks again for sticking and staying with me, and keep tuning in. I sure do appreciate it. Again, Baskets Designed by Crystal saying bye for now.